welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. If you're new here, hey, thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel. My channel, well, that's all about crochet. A little bit about knitting, a lot about yarn. Today, it's about Tunisian crochet. I'm going to do a review of some hooks that I got in, some Tunisian hooks. And we're finally going to give you the details of the Tunisian crochet along that we are going to start in May. So I'm going to start with the review of the hooks because first of all, I have to say to whomever sent me these hooks, thank you. The package came to my house with no return address, my mailing address, the corner said not for return, and then a P.O. box in Miami. And yeah, I don't know what that means. But somebody had sent me the Ally Express metal hooks. I had planned on ordering these when they came back in stock. And I've been watching and they haven't come back in stock yet. I believe they were like $45 for the set. So anyway, you get this pleather case, like portfolio case, that has a pocket in it. And then you pull out this and you've got these hooks. Now, obviously you can see some are missing because I have them pulled out for review. So I have the 10 and the 8, and there's a reason behind that. But you get everything from a, okay, I can't read this, 3 millimeter, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, 8, 9, and a 10, which surprised me. So, and they fit in here nice and neat. The printing of the sizes is embossed in here. Now, if you remember when I first got this Sunstruck, I thought that indentation was going to be a pain. It's really not. And I have been using this hook since I got this package because I wanted to see how it would feel. Because when I first started Tunisian, I'm like, I want metal hooks. I want metal hooks. I've got metal hooks. But well, okay, so you get the portfolio and all the hooks. And then you also get stoppers for the cords, which of course I have one on. 4 different sizes of cords, a 40, a 60, an 80, and a 100. And then you get the extenders so that you can make your cords longer, and a couple of keys. So that all comes in this set. My first impression of this, okay, the packaging is cute, it's functional, it's great. Not having a problem with that. I pulled out the hook, and the first thing I noticed is how heavy they are. These are really, really heavy. But they do have a nice pointed end tip, so it's good for that. It's got a nice deep throat, so that's a good thing. So that explains why I have my 4 that I use. Okay, so here's my Knitter's Pride Dreams in an 8. This one is the Sunstruck by We Crochet in an 8. This is the Knit Picks Bamboo in an 8, and this is the Ally Express in an 8. I brought my scale because I want to see just the difference in how much these weigh. And I put a cord on all of them. Should probably take this off. Not that I think it'll make that big of a difference. Oh, it's not going to come off. So we're going to start with the one I think is the lightest, and that's going to be the Sunstruck. And that weighs 0.4 ounces with a cord on it. And then here's the Knit Picks bamboo. And that one weighs 0.3 ounces. So this one is lighter than this one. So we're gonna put them in order, lightest to heaviest. Here is my Knitter's Pride Dreams. And that weighs 0.4 ounces. And then this is the Ally Express metal hook. And it weighs 0.7 ounces. And I know you don't think that sounds like a lot, but it is a significant difference in your hand. You can feel just how heavy this metal hook is. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing because I've been using it. As a matter of fact, the day after I got it, which came in Saturday's mail, I had been using my Knitter's Pride Dreams wood hook for the test pattern that I'm using. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna try and see how it works. So I switched over to the number 10 on, good Lord, I dropped it somewhere. Never fails. Whenever you're looking for something, it's down in the cushion. So I switched over to the metal hook to see if I could do, and with this pattern, I'm only doing simple stitch, but you are working into the front loop and third loop on the row as you go back, joining the squares. So there is a little bit of finagling to get in. So I started thinking, all right, let it sink or swim. And it is smooth. It is, the yarn glides off of it really well. And I'm using Lion Brand recycled, it's polyester wool blend. It says it's a number 4, but it's not. It's a number 3. But anyway, it moves on the hook. There's no extra drag. It's nice and smooth. You know, first I thought that indentation where the size is here for your thumb, I thought that would be a problem. It's not. It doesn't make it, you don't even notice it. And it just, get into this last stitch here because this one always pulls tight. And then you're going into this here, and I gotta change colors. But anyway, it glides really, really easily. I'm not having any issues. There's no drag. The only thing I can say, the absolute only thing I can say negative about these hooks is the weight of them. And I know 0.3 of an ounce doesn't sound like enough, like a huge difference, but when you put it in your hand and you can actually feel the difference in the weight, I think it kind of makes a difference. You know, I have rheumatoid arthritis, so my hands tend to get sore. And even at this weight, because it glides so easy, it's not putting extra strain on my hands. That was the thing. When I pulled this out and felt how heavy it was, I thought, oh, this is going to fatigue my hands so bad. But it's not. So I am really glad that somebody sent me this. And whoever you are, thank you very much. It is, yeah, I don't know that this will be my grab to go to all the time hook, because I really like my Knitter's Pride Dreams. But when I first started Tunisian, I wanted a metal set with a cord that had a pointed end and a deep throat, because your normal ones, is the ones that you get from Amazon, are so rounded and so narrow that I really wanted something that was pointy enough to get into a stitch, with a deep enough throat. And this checks that box. So that is my very honest review of the AliExpress metal hooks. Now, the last I checked, and it was last week sometime, they were still not back in stock. Keep checking. If this is something that interests you, I think they were originally offered at $45. I'm going to keep checking Temu, because usually once AliExpress has something for a while, Temu will grab it. So I'm hoping maybe Temu will get this set in, and maybe it'll be a little cheaper. I'll keep looking. I'll let you know if I find that out, because like I said, even at $45 through AliExpress, I think these are worth the deal. You get, you know, this whole little setup. 2, 4, 6, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hooks, 4 cords, keys, a couple of extenders. I think it's worth the $45. So that is that. This is the cardigan that I'm working on for Tiny Couch Crochet, and it's so pretty. I'm really loving this. Anyway, so that is the review of that hook. Now I'm going to set this down here in this basket so it doesn't get tangled, and we're going to move on. So I have been saying for a while now that I want to do a crochet along, but I wanted to get a sample done, and I wanted to make sure that it was something I felt even a beginner can do. And I do believe that this pattern is such a thing. The pattern I found, and I'm going to pop a picture here, is the Tunisian Sampler Shawl by Haley Joanne Robinson. Now, she has it written for DK weight. She used Blacker Yarn Lyonese DK. I've never heard of that. No clue what it is. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. I will link it in my description box below. I finished this Sunday night. It needs to be blocked, but even without blocking, it is almost to the exact measurements of hers. I used all my Truboo, Pluboo, Nubu, a little bit of Bambootiful. But anyway, here's the shawl. It does need to be blocked, and I did not put the tassels on it yet. But you know me, I love tassels. So she uses the J hook, a 6mm hook, which I used. As she says, it's a triangular shawl worked in 8 colors and a fabulous array of Tunisian stitches and techniques. It's worked top down with a mitered increase down the center with a finished border of a crab stitch. I didn't do the crab stitch. I just single crocheted it. If you want to do the crab stitch, be all my friend and do that. So the wingspan is 65 inches. Mine's about 64. And then the center depth is 33 inches. Mine's about 32 inches. So I think once I block this, this will definitely fit the parameters. It's so pretty. The stitches really flow together. So you're working simple stitches and purl stitches and full stitches and honeycomb stitch, which is just knits and purls. Then we've got some 2-color work going here, and then we have some reverse stitching, and then we have the honeycomb stitch, and then some knit stitch, and then some more color work, and then some bobbles. See why I told you to do the bobble? It's 1 row of bobbles. You can do this. Then we have the X stitch, which was a really fun little stitch. And then this section here, the very last section before the edge, is a lacy section. That's why I want to get this blocked, so that lace section will bloom. And then she did some ribbing sections down here. I asked her for some input on this, and somehow our emails have like gotten messed up, and she she answered me, but I can't read it. So I resent her an email this morning. I haven't heard back from her yet. However, I personally think after doing this in a DK weight and changing colors, like she suggests, that you could, if you are so inclined, you could go up to a 4 weight. You could do it in very, very easily do it in a 4 weight yarn. You could do it with a bigger hook, of course. I would go, if you're going to go to a 4 weight yarn, I would go up to the 8 hook. It's going to make your shawl bigger, but that's okay. I wouldn't go down, because then you're going to have a little tiny shawlette, and that wouldn't be what this is supposed to be. I would also say, if you do not want to do 8 different colors, a gradient cake would work just as well. I plan, once the crochet along starts in May, I'm going to do one in 4 weight with an 8mm hook with some gradient cakes. I want to do it something a little bit woolly. I have some cloud cakes and some, I've got some alpaca cakes up there. I want to do something that's a little heavier, a little woolly, a little more blanket-ish. Is that a word? Blanket-ish? Anyway, you know what I mean. Something a little heavier. But this is what you can make along with me in May. So we are going to start this the first Saturday, or not Saturday, the first Tuesday in May. And I'm looking it up right now to tell you when that is. The first Tuesday will be the 7th. So May 7th. So that gives you plenty of time to gather your supplies. You are going to need a cord. For those of you who do not have a set with a cord, unfortunately, in order to do this particular shawl, you need a pretty big cord, because at the end you're going to have, I think it's 360 or 380 stitches on your cord when you get to the last row. So you're gonna need a pretty big cord in order to do this. But there's plenty of time for you to do that. You can get, you've got plenty of time to get all your stuff together if you're so inclined to do this. Now, I have a Facebook page and I have YouTube. So what my plan is that there will be a rehoming at the end of it. We're going to let this go for, say, 6 weeks. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, calendar. 6. We're gonna go till June, let's make it 7. We're gonna go to June 11th. So that gives you plenty of time for those of you who are newbies and want to take it slow. We're gonna go from May 7th till June 11th, and you can make this. You can post your progress in my Facebook page. You can post your progress on my Instagram page. You can post questions, talk to the group about it. But at the end, there will be a rehoming. I have some things already here. There's something I have to get yet. And we'll talk closer to the end. We'll talk more about what the prize is, but you're going to like it. So, and there will be one winner randomly drawn from everybody who participates on Facebook and posts their pictures on Facebook. If you do not have Facebook, that's fine. Email me your picture, and my email address is listed in the description box below, and then I will add you to that. We are going to do the hashtag Nina, NINAS TCAL 24. That will be the hashtag that you need to use in order to post your pictures on Instagram or Facebook, and when you send me an email. So, and you know, all the same rules apply. Facebook, YouTube, nobody has any affiliation with this. The designer has said yes, we can use it for a crochet along. She is okay with that. You must be 18, you know, yada yada yada. I am going to go ahead and open this up internationally because I don't think there's going to be that many of you. But that's okay. If you don't want to be a part of the crochet along, I totally understand. Tunisian crochet isn't for everybody, but I really am into it this year. I am really all about Tunisian crochet, and I'm trying to spread the joy, as it were, and my love of this particular craft within the craft of crochet. So I will list the rules in the description box below. Just keep in mind that every prize is bought by funds from Tom and myself, and we have no affiliation with anybody, and the final decision is up to Tom and I. Done. There will be no discretion. We'll pick the winner randomly at the end of this on June 11th. So I hope you get excited about doing this. It's a really pretty little shawl that if you went with a bigger yarn and a bigger hook, you could make it really, really big. But I think, you know, it's 65 inches wide, 33 inches deep. It's a pretty big one. It'll make a great triangle scarf. It'll make, you know, look how cute this could be. See, I'm not very good at styling, but you get the gist. It could be cute this way. It could be cute this way. It's really cute. And even the back, this is the back side, and even it's cute. So, all right, you guys, if you have any questions, you know, drop them in the description, you know, the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them, or you can shoot me an email. My email is in the description box below. But you have, you know, a few weeks to get together all of your supplies, and we will start on May 7th. So that gives you a little bit of time to get it all taken care of. Now, who in the world is calling me now? Go away. We don't want you. Sorry about that. I thought I put it on Do Not Disturb. They're not supposed to be able to get through. Anyway, it is on Do Not Disturb. How did they get past my Do Not Disturb? I'm not real happy about that. So anyway, I'm going to let you get back to your Tuesday. I really like those AliExpress hooks. So if you see them and you can grab them, get them, because they're hard to get a hold of. And whoever sent them to me, thank you. So I'm going to go. Make sure you are being kind to yourself and giving yourself some grace. But above all, be kind to everyone, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.